Hello and welcome. In this explainer, we're going to dive deep into hotel sales performance, but we're going to look at it from a really important angle, the owner's perspective. We're about to unlock the essential toolkit you, as a future hospitality leader, will need to drive revenue with real precision and purpose. To all the students of Europe Hotel School, a very warm welcome to your online learning journey. My goal here is pretty simple. It's to connect the dots between the theories you're learning and the fast-paced, data-driven reality of modern hotel operations. This is all about making sure you hit the ground running from day one. Everything we're going to talk about today is practical, it's actionable, and it reflects the kind of high-level thinking you need to steer a multi-million-dollar asset to success. We're moving beyond the day-to-day tasks to focus on strategic oversight. So let's get right into it. So, first things first, we've got to understand the why. Why does an owner or their representative keep such a close eye on the sales department? It's probably not for the reason you think. I want you to think of the sales team as the hotel's engine. Now, an owner doesn't really care about every single piston firing. What they care about is the overall horsepower, the efficiency. It's all about tuning that engine for peak performance, not grabbing the steering wheel and backseat driving. And this right here, this shows you the difference perfectly. Micromanagement gets bogged down in the weeds, worrying about every single site tour or who took who to lunch. Strategic oversight, on the other hand, keeps its eyes on the prize, the health of the sales pipeline, and, most importantly, are we hitting our targets? See, one is about being busy. The other is about getting results. All right, let's get into our toolkit. First up, we're going to use data to really understand what's going on with performance. We'll start by taking a good, hard look at the sales pipeline. So the first big metric you absolutely need to know is the lead-to-conversion ratio. This is the ultimate measure of how efficient your sales team is. It answers one critical question. Are all those phone calls and emails actually turning into signed contracts and real money? Believe me, this one simple number can tell you a huge story. Okay, so take a look at this. If a chart like this lands on your desk with a ton of leads coming in but a tiny little conversion rate, well, that's when the alarm bells should be going off. Big time. It shows the team is definitely busy, but are they effective? A huge amount of effort is just vanishing into thin air. And this is the kind of high-level question you have to ask. What is this data trying to tell me? Does it point to a problem with our pricing? Are we totally out of sync with the market? Or maybe, just maybe, there's a skills gap on the team that we need to fix with some training. The data won't hand you the answer on a silver platter, but it points a giant flashing arrow right at where you need to start digging. All right, tool number 2. Here, we're shifting our focus from what's happening right now to what's coming down the road. This is all about being proactive, not reactive. Let's talk about mastering the booking pace. Booking pace is basically your financial crystal ball. Seriously, it shows you how healthy your business looks for the future, right now. By comparing how quickly reservations are coming in for a future period against what you budgeted for, or maybe how you did last year, you can spot trouble months and months in advance. And this chart? This is exactly what that trouble looks like in the real world. It's showing us that our group bookings for next summer are trailing our budget by a whopping 20%. Now, seeing this huge gap today gives you time to react. If you wait until summer to figure this out, you're toast. It's way too late. So when you see that gap, this is the question you immediately ask your director of sales. Okay, what's the plan? Are we launching a new promotion? Are we going after new markets? What specific proactive steps are we taking right now to close that gap before it turns into a real crisis? And that brings us to our third and final tool, which you could argue is the most critical one for driving the right kind of revenue. It's all about motivation and making sure your team's goals are perfectly aligned with the owner's goals. Okay, this is so important to get. Not all revenue is good revenue. A hotel can be 100% full, believe it or not, and still be losing money. The goal is never just to sell rooms. It's to sell them profitably. And that means you have to focus on those high-yield accounts that drive up your average daily rate, your EDR. So how do you get your team to chase profit instead of just filling rooms? Simple. You reward them for doing exactly that. A well-designed sales incentive plan isn't just about paying a commission on any revenue. It's structured to reward the most profitable results for the hotel. From an owner's point of view, this principle is totally non-negotiable. Your incentive plan must push the sales team to hunt for those premium corporate accounts. They are the bedrock of a hotel's profitability.
All right, let's tie this all together, shall we? These three tools, they're not just a random checklist. They work together. They form a single, powerful strategy for overseeing your sales performance.
So there you have it, your strategic toolkit. First, you dig into the lead to conversion ratio to check efficiency. Second, you use booking pace to look into the future. And third, you use the sales incentive plan to make sure everyone is pulling in the exact same profitable direction. It's a powerful three-step framework.
And at the end of the day, this is what it's all about. When you use these tools, you stop being a passive observer. You stop just crossing your fingers and hoping the market will be good to you. You become an active strategic hunter, going after revenue and making sure that top line grows because of deliberate action, not just luck. So I want to leave you with this question to think about as you build your career. Remember this: anyone can fill a hotel. True leaders know how to fill it profitably. So how are you going to build a team and a strategy that hunts for profit with relentless strategic intent?